Good morning. It's Sunday, the 5th of July. Welcome to the Ops Room. What a morning we've had. I've been over on the Models for Heroes live show that was starting at 9 o'clock this morning. Poor old Malcolm having to get up so early. And it's all been about cows. So there may be some comments going on about cows and cowbells. And anyway. Had a good crack with them. Thanks for that, Malcolm. So, welcome. Today, we're going to make it quite simple with what we're doing. I'm busy looking at all the different screens, making sure we're going live. So, sorry if my eyes are all over the place. Yes, today's going to be quite simple. We're not going to do any of the bonus build that I was doing, the diorama. I'm not going to do that today. I just want to concentrate on group builds mainly and what's going on in the mess. So there we go. So let's have a quick look at the chat, see who is here with us. We got Lewis, model making trucker, saying, "Morning, James. How are you?" I'm good, thank you very much. We've got model making Haggis saying, "Good morning, all." We've got Malcolm Child saying, "Good morning, all." And he's just referring to, "I'm digging the cowbell in this music." Yeah, I had never noticed, but yeah, we've got no live cows, and I've not borrowed the bells, so all good. So that's everybody in the chat at the moment. There's 14 people watching. Please make sure you say hello. Please get involved in the chat and interact. It's always good. And remember to do the like button as well, because that helps us and the channel. So there we go. So let's kick off with our group builds. Obviously, the land warfare build has finished, and we're now starting, as of Friday, the air warfare build. So the the air warfare build is nice and simple. Let me share the screen. Mash buttons. I'm so organized as always. So there we go. So as you can see, there it is, the land warfare. Sorry, the air warfare started on the 3rd of July and goes on until the 26th of September. So that's good. Nice and easy subjects, like all the group builds that we have been doing of late, or this year anyway. Excuse me. We are just concentrating on you guys having a build of some description. So any scale, any subject, it doesn't matter. So it can be historical, it can be more modern, or it could be something that is like a been on plan but never actually seen service. It doesn't matter. Anything that flies. You could even do a kite if you want to. Anything. Use your imagination. It'd be well worth it. So at my last recce, there's 16 people who are signed up, which is great. Thank you very much. And obviously part of the build process would be for you to go over to the photo section, which is just over here, which we'll click on. Look at all those pictures. Click on the album section and set a picture of your unstarted kit with something that says the date on it, and it doesn't necessarily have a time, but something with the date on, like an iPad or a phone or something like that, like you can see here. That's your first qualifying picture. So while we're here, let's have a quick look at who has put stuff in. We'll start right at the top here with this little one here. Clickety click, clickety click, clickety click. Come on, silly computer. Gets there eventually. So this is a growler down under. 6 Squadron RAAF EA 18G. Just wait for these pictures to load up. There we go. So there you go. That's the qualifying picture. Nice. Shows the kit unstarted and the tablet there with the model officer's mess. That's lovely. This is from Scott Collingwood. And he's obviously joining in. So he's just done a few pictures. We'll go through them. There you go. He started on the cockpit and got his pilots all started. There you go. Oh, look at that. He's racing on, isn't he? Cockpit looks like that's done. And the figures are in place. Looking very nice, I must say. Looking very nice indeed. Oh, look. And we've got the fuselage all starting to come together as well. So there we go. That's Scott's. Well done, Scott. He's cracking on. Bear with me because I'm going to go backwards and forwards a bit here. What I will do is I'm going to go to full screen. Hopefully this works. There we go. I'll make it a little bit easier for you to see what's going on. There we go. So we're going to go back into photos. Take a little bit of time. Mumble between yourselves. Make some comments. I will come back to the comments in a little minute or two. So we've got another one just come on there. That's just one picture in this album. And we'll click on that and see what that's all about. Come on, Eileen. It's a P-47D Thunderbolt of the name Eileen. And there you go. Got the phone there with the date and time. Shows that it's an unstarted kit. Lovely. And that's from Eric. Wonderful. So that's going to be the Thunderbolt named Eileen of the 84th Fighter Squadron from England in 1944. It's a 172nd Academy kit. Nice. That's going to be good. Excuse me. And we've got a Scott's Air Warfare album. Again, it's just got the one picture in. This is a Grumman F4 Wildcat in 172nd. Airfix, I believe this is. Yeah, there you go. And again, it's got his picture up in the top corner there of the date. So we know that it's an unstarted kit. So lovely jubbly. He said he wanted to see how the kit compares to James's Tamiya offering at the VJ Day group build on the Saturday Night Creche. Yes. Be interesting to see actually, because the Tamiya kit, although it's 148th, is really nice actually, really nice. So we're going to watch that with interest and do a little comparison. Again, apologies for scooting backwards and forwards. It's the one thing with Facebook, it doesn't give you the option of going through this any other way, unfortunately. And there's going to be lots of blank screens there. I noticed that Frankie goes to Hobbywood. He's in the house saying hi. Hi, Frankie. Thanks for joining us. Steph is our next entry. And this is a Hasegawa 132nd Mitsubishi J2M5 Raiden Jack. Now, I believe Steph's been quite clever in what he's done here, because this is obviously a build that will not only he can use for this particular build, but also the Saturday Night Creche first group build that we're doing to celebrate VJ Day. So he can enter that into both things. So that's cool. It's only one. Don't want to overstretch anybody. If you want to do both group builds, you are now eligible to sign up to both. But we'll cover that in a minute or two. So we're just going to scoot back into the albums again. And our next one, which is John's. This is John's Air Warfare album. It's going for something different. Look at that. A 172nd AH-64D Apache Longbow in 172nd. And he's got some aftermarket there as well, that some pilots. And I assume that must be cockpit detail, but I'm not sure. Let's see if there's some more pictures of it closer. Oh, there we go. Yes, so you've got, oh, wow. So it's actually not cockpit. It's the chain gun barrel. Nice. And a couple of nice pirates. A couple of nice pilot figures or crew figures, and PJ Productions in Belgium. If you want figures, they are really, really, really beautiful figures. I've used them myself, and very much recommend that. So it could be interesting to see how you get on with that. Hopefully you won't have too many issues. I know someone that has done that kit and wasn't very happy with it, but hopefully you won't struggle. But that's all part of the fun of building models, isn't it? Having a little bit of struggle here and there. So then we got our next one there, which is number 424 Squadron Halifax 3 Air Warfare Group Build. And this is from Johnny Burton, one of our lovely admins. Yes, 172nd, that'd be nice. Looks nice, doesn't it? And of course, it's got the it's not been made pictures. And I do believe, if I spy in the back there, that is our Model Officers Mess calendar that we did this year, which we're going to do again this year. At the end of this year, we're going to do a new calendar, obviously, because the old one won't be any good. And with that, any money profits we'll make will be going to Models for Heroes. So that's something I want to continue doing. There's a person who's obviously asking to join, but I'll do that in a minute or two, probably after the show. And then the last one we've got here is my entry, my madness. And this is a limited edition 148th SBD 3 Dauntless. Now this kit is from not Accurate Miniatures, I think it is. It's a special kit. This kit is meant to hold 3 aircraft. It's for Operation Torch, I think it was, a battle in the Pacific. Unfortunately, the kit has been packed incorrectly and has only got 2, which is good in a way, because that means I'm just going to be building 2. So there we go. All the sprue parts too. So a lot of parts, I tell you. And we'll take some pictures of the sprues themselves. And this is me starting. All this detail here in the fuselage, that is all something you've got to add in. So it's really packed full of detail. And I'm really, really loving building them, I've got to be honest. There you go. So we're getting this is the first plane that we did. Put that all together. And as you can see, the cockpit there is actually clear plastic. There are some transfers, decals rather, but they're just black spots that you put in the back. So yeah, I'll show you what I've done. So there you go. That's the detail inside the fuselage. Really packed full of stuff. That's going to be a real fun trying to highlight and paint all those. But it's going to. I'm hoping it's going to look really nice when it's done. So there you go. That's me up to date on there for now. So there you go. That's us. There we go. Yeah, just check. I don't know why, but there we go. It's come back eventually. Yeah, so there you go. That's the air warfare in the Model Officers Mess. As I said, it started on 3rd of July. It's thereabouts 3 months for you to do. So please get involved and post up your pictures. Really looking forward to it. So that's good. Let's have a quick look at the chat and see where we are with everything. He says, come on. It won't let me do it. Oh no. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. No, it won't. Oh no. Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, cool. No, it's me being a numpty. So let's have a quick look. We've got Ian Dathwaite. Say morning, James. Morning, Ian. Hope you're well. So he's Lewis just saying. Nat says hi. She's driving at the moment. She can't see and can't say hi herself. So always multitasking. I'm not sure she can. Like I said, Frankie's in. Frankie's a Hobbywood. He's in the house saying hi. Hi, Frankie. Hope you're well. Malcolm just saying. Thomas Charles says hi. By the way. Yeah. Hi. Hi, Thomas. What else we got? Let me see. A bit of chat between Lewis and the Haggis. There we go. What does that say? Yeah, okay, Oh, you let her lie in, but the kids got me up at 5:45. Oh, you're my hero, Lewis. So you should as well. So there goes, 12 people watching. And like I say, we're just going to go through group builds and bits and pieces today. So that's the group build that we're doing in the mess. Obviously, I've referred to it. There is the group build in the Saturday night Creche, which please feel free to go and join in. That would be wonderful if you did. There's some interesting entries in that. Not just planes, some figures as well. So yeah, let's head over to there. It's the Saturday Night Creche Facebook page. Come and join and get yourself involved. So anyway, how's your weekend been? Did you have a lie-in like Natalie this morning, or did you were you woken abruptly to be told to go shopping or something? We'll see. I'm just going to quickly do a little bit of admin. There we go. And that would be Thomas Childs, who asked for to join the mess. That's lovely to have another member. Thank you very much, Thomas. That has been okayed, he says. I will do the obligatory welcome message while we're on air. How about that? Bear with me. Multitasking is never my strongest part. So, yeah, with the VJ Day build on the Saturday Night Creche, that is actually till the 26th of August, I think it is, which is obviously VJ Day. So you've got plenty of time to get involved with that. And like I say, please don't worry too much if you don't want to be doing too many models all at the same time. You can multitask. The multitask by having a model in the different group builds, that's fine, as long as it started within the time period and finished within the time period that's been advertised in the rules. It's all fine, no problem. So that's my little bit of admin done, so I can now concentrate properly. Thank you for your patience. Let's just welcome Thomas Charles to the group. So there we go. I'm going to head over to the Facebook page again in a minute to have a look at what you guys have all been doing. But before I do that, I just wanted to give a shout out, actually. A couple of shout outs, in fact. So just remember, after me, in a while, so 12 o'clock, 12:30 will be Festa's workshop. Their show that they always do on a Sunday. Festa and Dave, Modeling Dave, will do their show. Make sure if you can, get involved with that. And then after that, there is a numerous other people. There is Budget Modelers Steph. He's got a stream. I think it's tonight at 8 o'clock, if my memory serves me correctly. I believe there may be an in the middle show with Mike, but I believe that the modeling guru is taking a couple of weeks off, so he won't be around this Sunday, unfortunately. But that's fine. He needs some time to himself, and rightly so. And hope he takes well. Anyway, so the other shout out I wanted to give as well was, in fact, would you believe, yet another group build. This group build is on a different Facebook page in which I have mentioned before. A good friend of mine, Tim Hedworth, and that's over on the British Aviation in Scale Facebook group. And their group build will be starting on the 10th of July. So that's 6 days time, something like that. Bit of maths. No, that's 5 days time, James. Yes, 5 days time, silly me. And that subject is the Battle of Britain. So any aircraft that's been involved in the Battle of Britain, I believe, is the rules. Let's have a quick look, actually, because I don't want to advertise it and it'd be wrong. There you go. So there are all the rules, nice and easily set out there for you. A subject can be entered if it's more than 25% built. No restrictions on aftermarket or scratch building. All builders to put up some work in progress photos in the group. Any post must be accompanied with a hashtag of hashtag Bob80, especially using if used in other social medias. Must be your own work. No what ifs. No pre-painted kits. Reveals in a separate album. And that finishes on the 31st of October. So plenty of time to get involved with that. So it's a little shout out for you guys over at British Aviation in Scale. Great group. A great group. They are. Had great admins, and Tim, who set it up, is a lovely bloke. We do like Tim. I hope that all shared properly. It all went very quickly and seamlessly, so I assume it went fine. So yes, if you want to get involved with that, I am going to get involved, but I'm going to be a bit sneaky, and I'm going to build that. There we go. A nice little Tiger model Spitfire, bit of a cartoony sort of thing. I picked that specifically because it'd be relatively quick for me to build. I want to get involved and support them, as with all groups, but with 3 planes already on the bench, a lot going on. Let's have a quick look in the chat, see where we're at. There you go. Thomas Charles just saying, morning, James. Thank you for letting me join. Of course, no, don't thank me. Thank you for coming over to us and joining in. He promises he'll behave. Thomas has been most entertaining this evening, this morning, with a constant flow of jokes. So yes, I've enjoyed an hour and a half or so with Malcolm and the guys, and chuckling away all morning. So thank you for that. You've given me a lovely start to the day. So there you go. So yeah, they're all the group builds that are going on. Please support everybody that you can. What I don't want you to do is stress yourself out and start loads of builds and not finish them. So like I say, if you see any group builds that are coming up and stuff, and you want to get involved in them, you can be like Steph and put one model into a couple of group builds. Or if you feel like being completely mad and insane like myself, you can start lots of different models. My advice, if you do that, is be careful, because you can lose your mojo really quickly by doing that. So yeah, just be careful. I've been fortunate in what I've done. I've got 3 planes on the go, 2 are the same, but I'm going to build them in the same sort of order. So I'm going to deal with the cockpits, then I'm going to deal with the next bits, and they'll all be at the same sort of stage. So that's my plan. Anyway, hopefully it'll work. I don't want to lose. I don't want any more shelf queens. I did manage, actually, just before the VJ Day build started, to do a quick Japanese plane, but I'll show you that in a little minute or two. So there we go. Skullfish is in the house. Morning, Skullfish. I can't do it justice like everyone else. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining us. Right, what should we do next? Shall we? Yes. One other thing in which I wanted to. No, I'll do that later. Let's go over to the mess and let's go and see what you guys have been building, shall we? Because that'd be nice. Like I said, today's show is all about the mess. I don't really want to do the diorama build. There's too much going on at the moment, but we will come back to that. It is the cart is made. Yen's cart is done. I've primed the 2 figures, but I'll give you an update with that much later on. So anyway, here we are. We are in the mess. This is the opening page, as you see. Thomas has just joined us there, so we've just said hello. Say hi, everybody. We've got the announcements, obviously, which we'll keep an eye on because that'll tell you what's going on everywhere. Some Wally live. Don't want to see that, do we really? And there we go. We're going to start at what everybody's been doing. This is Simon Gilliard. Now, this is a fantastic model. Something that was on my radar to buy, but unfortunately, it's resin. It's a little pricey. Really, really good quality, but unfortunately, I didn't snap one up, and they've stopped making them, which is really annoying. But this is the very famous fountain in Stalingrad, made by Armour 35, and it is a beautiful kit. Anyway, so let's have a quick look how Simon's doing. So here's a picture there of the build and when he started building it, and he's got some all the figures out there. It comes with its own little crocodile and base. So there we go. This is him planning out exactly what he wants to do. So there's a rough size and placement of figures intended on some Vandaline German and Russian soldiers. Ooh. There you go. So that's the fountain in the background there in that little picture. That is the actual fountain, and this actual fountain is a children's nursery rhyme. So I'm reliably informed by my wife, and I don't know the name of it, and I wouldn't be able to pronounce it anyway. But very, very famous fountain, and often pops up in pictures to do with Stalingrad. So here you go. So this is him testing the figure placements before starting to glue things down. Shell holes, debris, rubble, and add with a car, and all figures are vertiline. Sure I pronounced that wrong, but I apologize if I did. So there you go. Looking really nice. Nice figures. This is always good. If you're doing a diorama, this is always good to, as you go along, unless you've sat down and drawn out an exact plan, this is a really good way to do it. Sort out the base, move some figures around, and keep a rough idea of what it is you want and how you want to do it. Yeah, some really good placement there as well. There's little frogs that go around the outside of the fountain, and some sandbags made of das clay, I would believe. Look at that. There you go. So he's starting to put some rubble down on his base. That's going to look really impressive, isn't it? Really impressive. I'm so jealous of you getting this kit. I really am. I really wish I'd snapped it up now. Well, there we go. So we're going to have a staff car in there as well. Going to be interesting. Again, we've got our figures being placed there. He's going along just to check that he's happy with how things are going to be. And of course, if you do it this way, the other thing to remember is by taking the picture, it gives you the ability to see how it's going to look, and you can adjust things, and you've got a record. You don't have to keep writing it down or changing a drawing or anything like that. So yeah, that's all. The base has been primed by look of it. Very impressive. Look at that for a shell hole. Look. Oh, really, really impressive. Simon's going to make a good job of this. Wow, look at this. I've got to be honest, I did see this, and I absolutely love this idea. So I would assume that is tin foil. Not the sort you'd put over your chicken, but maybe a little bit thicker. Maybe something those little silver foil trays. Maybe some of that cut up, I guess. Don't know. It'd be nice if Simon lets us know. I will ask. Let's ask now. What silver foil is that? There we go. All done live. Yes, that's a great idea. I love that. I don't know if you remember, I did a Kuba wagon that was burnt out. I really thoroughly enjoyed doing that. A little bit of scratch building involved. So you got your Russian sign there with the soldier hiding behind it, and that's how he's got with his car. And that's a monstrous piece of work. That really is lovely. He's obviously going to get some damage on there for the figures of the fountain. Some lovely figure work there as well. Look at that. Honestly, it is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. If I find one of these, I will definitely be buying it. Definitely. I really love that fountain. There we go. That's Simon Gillard. Well done, Simon. Looking good. Before we go any further, I just want to check the chat. There you go. Modeling Making Dave's workshop saying hello. Hiya. How you doing, Dave? Hope you're well. Hope your visit to Mum was all right last week. Oh, Thomas Child saying nursery rhyme. And there is the nursery rhyme, I believe. Yeah. There we go. We're up to date with our chat. Let's get back to what you guys have been doing. So yes, I am very, very jealous of you, Simon, for that. But I'm going to watch that with great interest. Oh, look at that! Some madman's making lots of planes. So yeah, this is my Dauntless. That's all the bits glued together for the two planes. Got the base color down on the cockpit. And then last night when we were in the Creche, I was busy sorting out the dials and that on the cockpit parts here, and all that was literally was we painted the base black, and that is a white watercolor pencil, just very gently put across the highlighted areas of the plastic. So it does it all for you. A simple and easy technique, and gives you a good effect. This is the cockpit part of my Wildcat. Obviously, that's not worked for me quite as well as the Dauntless, but we're going to play with that a bit more later on today. So there you go. That's me. And let's have a quick look here. This obviously for those new to the mess, and those that aren't, you'll know that I put up on a regular basis what's on your bench post. It's on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But all I would say to you is be very careful with the what's on your bench posts, because I do sometimes throw a little bit of a guest thing in there, or change the process. It's not just what's on your bench; it can be a little bit different as well. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's see what people have written on for Saturday's bits and pieces. So we've got David Aves. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This is a Fishuma, a raptor. Very nicely done. Very nice. David is very good with his models. Very inspirational to watch what he does. He's done his Stargate with a lot of filler, but that's amazing. I don't know how he's managed to get that effect on the back. That is awesome. I love that. I love that very much. We've got Graham Noble Clark, and this is making slow but steady progress on his ICM Zeal 131 first ICM kit, and very enjoyable so far. They're looking good. Looking very good. I believe that's a nice Russian truck. Oh, David, with his figure in front of the Stargate, Ambius. Oh, yeah. It is what it is. There we go. Beautiful. That's going to look stunning, isn't it? Quite prolific a builder as well is David. This is his Airfix Angel Interceptor. Interesting little build, something a little bit different. Obviously in progress. And very prolific, as I said. And this is his ICM Type 2 submarine. Beautiful. that looks finished. I do love the way he's got his weathering and that on there. I've got a submarine in which I really need to get back to. It's been many years since I started it. Big Shelf Queen. Anyway, so on to Mark Ewing. And this is his Italieri MP4 Mercedes-Benz truck, 1/24 scale, which I'm giving up for now. So many parts that didn't fit correctly. All right. New tool is a joke. Oh, no. But it looks nice, though. It looks nice what you've done. I'm sorry it's giving you so much trouble. I've got a truck up in the loft, which I bought some time ago. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure I'm ever going to build it, but they do interest me. They do. Anyway, onwards and upwards. So we got Gustav with his Normandy farm cracking on with those buildings. Look, this is all 1/72, and lovely, absolutely lovely. I do like that. He says he's at stand right now. Plenty of small details and groundwork to do still. So yeah, that can't be far off and finished now, surely. But that's really nice. I don't know if you've been watching these buildings as he's been making them, but beautiful. This building here on the right is a barn, and yeah, yes, very nice indeed. So we got Michael Hill, improving my brushing skill level, brush painting skill level. It's slowly but getting better. Yeah, no, that's. I assume you mean hairy stick, and yeah, that looks right. Looks fine. It takes time. Just keep doing it. I would say I'm not a fan of hairy sticks. I am, but I do like my airbrush as well. But yeah, I'm not quite converted completely to airbrush. But yeah. Anyway, Danny there with his 1/72 Zeal 157 North Vietnamese truck and a Ford Mutt. 151, a US gun Jeep. Nice. Looks really nice. Well done, Danny. And lastly, for Saturday's post, we've got Rob with his Fajuma FG1, and that's obviously in primer. Lovely. So obviously with these posts, the idea is you keep a post, keep updating us as to what you've been doing, and how you're getting on with your builds. We like to see what other people are doing. But just remember, if you want to, you can make your own album of whatever build you make. It doesn't have to be in a group build. Make an album, especially if it's something like, for example, Gustav, who's been doing his houses. Make an album up. Show us how your process of building has been from the start to beginning, because there are ways in which not only we can pick up little tips and tricks, but it can also generate a conversation. So, for example, I've asked a couple of people to make albums and tell us how they got the brickwork painted the way they did, or an effect, and it all helps. It's the whole idea of the interaction. So I'm just going to have a quick look through the rest of the group here. Festa 67's workshop, he's posted up his part 9 of the Rossi bike build. That is popping up. That's lovely to see. Scott Collingwood, we've gone through those pictures for his group build. We got Lewis Williamson there with his work that he was doing last night on the cockpit for his VJ Day build. And I can't remember for the life of me what it was. It will come to me. Eventually it will come to me. But yeah, some lovely detail work there. Lewis, well done. Always helpful to put in what it is that you're actually building. That way we'd have to do a bit of gas work. So I got Michael Hill here. He's doing a 1/72 Airfix RAF Domini. I'm terrible at pronunciations. I do apologize. So yeah, he's giving us a lowdown of what he's doing. So that's good. This is the other thing which is great with the community. Is if you're not sure how to do something, ask the question. There's always someone somewhere that will give you an idea. So Ed here, for example, has asked, does anyone have any tips for applying checkerboard pattern details to the P47 cowling? And he's got lots of replies. So thank you, everybody that got involved with that and gave some advice. That's always great to see. So I'm going to carry on down here. Fighting Joe there's got his broken drill bits. And this is something that I'm very interested in looking at. This is the 135th Sabre Models flatbed rail car that's he's working on. I've actually got one of their kits here, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. But that's quite an interesting little build, something different. Just show these pictures. How are we doing? So there you go. Yeah. And it's great detail, really great detail. I'd love to know how he got on with it, how he found it. I will ask him said question later on after the show. So here you go. So as you can see, there's our what's on the bench for Friday. And I'm not going to go through it any further because obviously, although that's quite interesting, isn't it? I'll let you do that at your own leisure. So head on over to the mess, get involved with the community and look at what everybody's been doing. And like I say, interact, ask questions of what's going on, etc., etc. So that's all good. So a quick look over the chat, see what's going on. So Quanaman's in the house. Hi, Quanaman. How you doing? There's 20 people watching now. Wow, that jumped up, didn't it? Yeah, cool. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're with me. Nice to see you on a Sunday morning, bright and breezy. Just having a chat between the guys there. So my dad was a wagon drive when I was little. One of them that takes stone and stuff to construction sites. Oh, okay, cool. I see what he's saying. He's talking between him and Lewis about truck driving. Gotcha. Thomas Charles saying the effect on the Stargate water. I'd love to know how to do that. There you go. I know Dave reasonably well, and I know if you ask him the question, he will tell you. He's really great at sharing his knowledge and how he gets effects. So when you're over on the page and you click on that picture, ask Dave the question. He will tell you. Be great to find out as well. It was a 0. Of course it was. Do you know, I'm looking at it thinking something completely different. Yes, Lewis, you're quite right. It's a 0. And he says, sorry, James, my bad. I'll go and sit on the naughty step. No, not at all. It's fine. There'll be other punishments later. No, it's not a problem. If you know, it just helps people, generally speaking, when you post up something in any group, if you tell people what it is they're looking at, I know all groups will appreciate that sort of thing. Skullfish saying, oops, forgot thumbs up. Oh no, don't forget that. Do the thumbs up. We do like a bit of thumbs up. Tell us what you like, don't like, and all that sort of stuff. Make sure you tell us and interact with us, because I say us, me, because I won't know what I'm doing right or wrong unless you don't communicate. So there we go. I hope you enjoy it anyway. So Frankie goes to Hobbywares just saying, I had no chance for model making in the last few days. It's been the same that it's going to be the same the next few days. I had prepared some meals for the upcoming week because there will be no time for cooking too. Oh, busy boy. Oh, Frankie. Take it easy and make sure you take time for yourself, even if it's just a couple of minutes, just to sit, slow down, and take in the day. Cool. So, right, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just change the camera onto the desk because I think you're fed up on my face, and show you what I've been up to today. So, as you can see, this is the Dauntless. kit. These are the bits that I literally, all I've done is done the base coat for those, which you've already seen in the picture. And this morning I've been busy detailing up this. So hopefully, if I am clever and surprise, nearly surprise, there you go. You can see the detail on the dials there. I've added a bit different colors. I'm not going to say it's 100% correct because the reference pictures I've got, I've not been brilliant in that respect. But yes, so we've added a little bit of the green around the dial sections as they were. Painted a bit of the pipe work. That's not going to come out particularly brilliantly. Surprise! There's a program for this, Malcolm, isn't there? Yeah, so I've done a little bit of the pipe work, and we've got lots more to do. So they are our two little cockpits there. We've done the main body of our Wildcat. That's all primed for the paint for the interior. The main fuselage is put together and primed for the cockpit. So we've got obviously a little bit of detail on the wall in there, not an awful lot, but there's a little bit to be done. And we've managed to build the cockpit base and the engine. So this is obviously going to be a different color. So we've got lots to do, lots going on the bench at the moment, lots going on. So yeah, that's where I am with everything. This detail that I've done on here, all of the detail on the main cockpit is on the dials and buttons, etc., is all watercolor pencils. Really easy tool to use and a must-have, in my opinion, for your tools. So there you go. That's brought us up to date. I knew it would be relatively quick, but that's good. Let's whizzle over to the chat quickly because I've seen a couple of comments come up. We have got Lewis just saying, "Oh, other punishments." Like the sound of that. Not really. That's the sort of phrase that you might hear from Natalie and go, Anyway, move on. Facebook user, which would be Scott Collingwood, I believe, saying, was there anything special important in that video? No. I don't really have time to watch the whole thing. No, not overly important. Not overly important. I'd put an important message up if it was. But yeah, no. If it's something you can have on in the background, listen to it. It's just me rambling, basically. So don't worry, Scott. No problem. Quanaman's just saying there. I just worked out I can use monofilament line to make my models fly. I have to get some for the fighter jet now. Yes, indeed. Lewis is saying he's got to go. Have fun. See you later, Lewis. And that brings us up to 10 to 12. 16 people of you watching still. Thank you for listening to my rambling. Yes, so that is going to be it for today's parade. Like I said right at the beginning, all it is in this video is a catch up as to what's going on in the mess, what there is to get involved, and what's just outside the community that you might want to get involved in as well. If there's anything in which you want to shout out with, send me a personal message. Let me know. I'm quite happy to give a shout out and support the community generally. But one thing I would ask for you, if you do share anything in any groups that's linked to Modluffers Mess, if you're not 100% sure, please check with the admins of that group. Don't just post a link up, for example, or share a link without first making sure it's okay. It does cause a bit of friction in the community, and we don't want that. We're happy. I'm more than happy to support any group, any part of the community, the modelling fraternity. I don't have any issues with anybody. So, Thomas Charles just saying there, Quanaman, look up Lidecker rig for flying. There we go, little tip. Lovely, we like that. So well done you for doing that. Yes, so that, as I said, that is all I'm going to go through today. Thank you very much for tuning in and being with me, and I'm going to call it quits early with 8 minutes to go. Watch out, there will be a bit more progress on the quick diorama. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. I might do it live, or I might do a part of it live and then film the rest of it so we can move on with it. Anyway, keep an eye out for that. That'll be soon. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you give a thumbs up to the video and make sure you communicate and talk with one another. So until next time, stay safe, stay well, and ta-ta for now.